We've removed the headlining, brought it back, and this is one of the panels. You can see the issue we've got here. So originally this material had some foam behind it, and it's all just perished and started to go rather wrong. We're going to replace it with a material which has a foam backing, and the way it's done is a sample we've been given. So it's basically glued and wrapped around the plywood backing, and then they use stainless steel staples to hold it in place. In theory we could have bought the material and done it ourselves, but I just had visions of getting it wrong, and this is a very visible thing. So we're getting this bit, the refitting, done professionally, but we're saving ourselves about £300 of somebody else's labour, so we've got to take the old material off. Luckily for me, when they put this original headlining material on, they didn't use lots of staples, so I haven't got to go around arduously removing each one. But there are these wooden blocks, and these are designed so that the next panel sort of slides in alongside it. So each of these have got to be removed, and of course, as well as screwing them on, they've glued them, so that's fun. We've then got to get this material off and cleaned off, and then get it all sanded down ready for recoating. Before I start removing these, I'm going to mark them all so I know what goes where, because obviously these are going to come off. It'll all be stripped off, the new headlining material put back on, and then I've got to put these back on in the right position. So this is our port inner. So I've got centre, port inner, port outer, starboard inner, starboard outer, and then each of these get us a number. So I'll do it from this end. So port inner A, and then mark around it where it's going to go, and just a witness line so I know that's going to be the right place for it, and so on. The other thing to watch for is that some of these pads are thicker than others. So these ones have shorter screws, so I'm actually writing short on them so that I don't do that horrible thing of using long screws and the screws coming through the very nice new upholstery after it's been done. So the best technique I've found is a thin scraper and just splitting the glued surface, trying not to delaminate the plywood too much. I don't know what glue they use, but it's good stuff. Yeah, bit of delamination, but it'll glue on okay. One down, several to go. So that's the wood fittings off. So the final bit is these are kind of industrial, it's like Velcro, and it's been put in with, not only it's got backing glue, but it's also got non-stainless steel staples. So I need to get these off. And each one of these can be again driven off. I'm going to get some newer replacement for this. Okay, so now it's a case of gently levering off the material. Some of it's going to split like that, and then getting it to roll over the edge. Once you get this top or bottom side, as it was, off, then it should all peel off pretty easily from the other side, from experience of doing others. But it's just a bit slow and steady. It's annoying when it doesn't quite want to come off in one go. Okay, we've got all the edges loosened off, turn them over, and then we're ready to peel this off. The backing has just turned to dust. I don't know what's in it, so for safety I'm going to wear a mask just to avoid inhaling it. As you can see, the foam has just turned to dust, so I'm trying to carefully get it in the bin, and then I'll use a vacuum to get rid of it all. Not nice. So that's the loose foam removed. There's a bit of sort of residual glue left on some of the surface here, which I'm going to carry on with a scraper and then a sander to get it cleaned off, so it gives it a good gluing surface for Chris to do his magic on reapplying the new upholstery. Because that upholstery's got that extra thickness of foam in, as it wraps around the edges of the material of the board, Chris has recommended I take about 1 millimeter off all the way around, so I'll use a planer and then a sander to do that, just to make it easier to fit the boards back in to the boat once he's done his magic. So I'll finish that off. Going to give it a varnish both sides. I'm not sure it needs it, but it feels as though it should do really. And as there are various bits where previously there's been leaks from the pilot house fittings, which hopefully are all solved now, but it would just be good to know it's all been properly sort of protected. So we've got the headlining all now refitted, which is looking really good. I'm very pleased with it. And we've kind of changed some of the light fitting slightly as well to make it all look a bit more sleek. Originally there were a couple of stereo speakers hanging from this side, so we've replaced those. And now we've got a couple of box speakers which give a better sound. They're waterproof outdoor ones, so hopefully they'll survive the rigours of a salty atmosphere. But yeah, very pleased. It's been hard work, but good result.